Are we on?
I just started it. Give it a second. Give it a second.
Wait, hold on. What are we giving a second?
We're live, pal.
Are we live, pal?
We're live.
Hold on. Let me
Uh,
be the one to decide that. Are we live? Wait.
We're live, pal.
Are we live, pal? Are we live, pal? That's the nation. La, la, la.
Wow, that took forever.
Rome, how.
Will you just
Let's
open?
press record right now.
Hold on a
Three,
second.
two.
Oh, it's still opening.
It's still opening.
I don't
Jeez Louise.
know.
This is Loser Lee's Wrestling. We're not starting the show just yet.
All right.
Not starting the show just yet.
Okay.
Come inside. Get acquainted. We're just
Get
getting
acquainted.
warmed up. We just finished an AEW Dynamite. We just finished AEW Dynamite, and it's been quite a time. Sound off in the chat. Sound off in the chat when you're in
Sound
here.
off in the chat.
Yeah, give us
All
some.
right.
Give us some honks and hoots
You ready to
and
press record?
whistles. 3, 2, 1, record. Okay. This is Loser Lee's Wrestling. Loser Lee's Hold on. Let's start that over again. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's Wednesday night. You know what that means? It's WWE Dynamite. My name is Red
WWE Dynamite.
I was doing a JR. We just finished AEW Dynamite, and it's the woos and whats of AEW Dynamite. This is Loser Lee's Wrestling. My name is Red Jefferson, and I'm here with Roy Hammer. Hammer, how are you?
Whoa, 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 whoa! I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing great? You feeling good?
Yeah.
Feeling good? I'm feeling good. We got something in here. We're already Redley697. We here, boys. Very good. Very good. We're all in the chat. We're all having some fun. Getting wet. Getting wild. This has been a wild night. This has been a wild week.
Yeah. Oh my god.
This has been a wild week. Can we all agree on that?
Yes.
There's been a lot of happenings, comings and goings. We're going to talk about it a little bit with tonight's AEW. But overall feelings tonight. Overall feelings. Before we dive in, are you where are you feeling on this? Are you feeling real 6 stars? Or are you feeling real drizzling shits?
I'm feeling 6 stars. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me? No
we
dog.
we are gonna get into it, but let me tell you, this show, while it felt on the surface like any old Dynamite, the way they paced the show until the very end, at least, was fantastic. The way they squeezed in so many people into the show, every little thing that they did, everything just felt huge.
Felt huge. It did feel huge. And we just got some people joining in the chat. We got Chica Marks and Swizz sounding off. Hi, friends.
Hey.
Hi, friends. Well, grab a seat. Did you grab some pizza? It's in the corner.
It's in the corner.
We brought some pizza today. Usually we have a pizza party afterward, but we brought the pizza to you because it's been a big week. It's been a big week, and you deserved it. Have some slices. Let's start it off hot. Let's talk about our woos tonight. We had a lot of woos. I had a lot of woos.
Yeah.
I had a lot of woos.
Yeah.
Let's start it off with the biggest woo of the evening. Do you have one in mind, or should I go first?
You go first.
Okay, I think the biggest woo of the evening, motherfucker, the window's open. Give me 1 second.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's gone.
Oh yeah, it's getting louder.
It's
louder.
okay.
Sound
We're
off
doing
if you
it.
think that it's getting louder.
It's
Okay,
not.
what do I? There's no stopping this. I live in a city.
I put compression on your thing, so maybe no one hears it. Who knows?
My biggest woo of the evening is CM Punk.
All right.
CM Punk is the biggest woo of the evening. CM Punk came out. As we know, CM Punk is back with AEW. He just had his big all-out debut. Chica Marks doesn't hear anything. Thank God. It was a fire engine. So the big wrestling debut. And so essentially he comes out and he just hypes up the show. He hypes up AEW All Out. He talks about that. He welcomes the Cincinnati crowd. He gets everyone on his side. And he's just doing a great job of making you feel like what just happened was really special. This entire show was this really special. And he seems like if Tony Khan had a perfect mouthpiece for AEW, this is it. Right?
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's wild. I think at first I was kind of I don't want to say weirded out, but I was like, man, this guy, I just believe it now. I believe it. He's just legitimately so happy to be here. He's just so happy to be here. He's putting everybody over. He's making me feel great about the product. He's putting over Linda Pillman. I love Linda Pillman.
Yeah. We love Linda Pillman.
And I also love the transition to Team Taz.
Yeah, and Team Taz, oh my God, is CM Punk. We're going to get to you, okay, Burner. Okay, Brendy-OE. We're going to get to you in a second. Let's get through this first. Team Taz and CM Punk are gold together. Taz and CM Punk are gold together.
Yeah.
I am very excited for him just going through all of Team Taz. I want him to go through every member of Team Taz, which I'm very excited for. It just did a great job. Let's get okay. One of the things are blowing up in the chat. Let's talk about this. Losers Review Wrestling. I'm back. Okay, NZ's doo-doo. New Zealand's doo-doo. Joseph Redlett's fantastic episode. Good pacing, and the crowd was hot. Excited for Brian Samuelson.
Yeah.
Brian Samuelson, Joe. Come on now. Good. Thank you so much for signing up. Now, New Zealand's doo-doo says, I got burners. And Brendio E, burners everywhere. Yams everywhere. Britt Baker, booty stank. That's not nice. We don't like that.
No.
Redley 697. Oh, we heard it. S says, I know this goes against Red's dream of what the WTF title should be, but I really want Punk to win the WTF title. Like, give it some gravitas. He could make it a legit title. But the issue is, I don't want another secondary title in AEW. Do we need another secondary title for the men? I think there should be a women. If they give another title, it should be the women's tag. Something along those lines, but if they have to treat the women a little better before that happens. What do you think of that? The WTF,
I think it's a nice idea. I think it's more of a
versus FTW.
Yeah.
Yeah.
S got him. He S corrected himself or themselves. I think we're going to get into it actually in a little bit because I do think there should be trio titles for the men, but I also think there should be tag titles for the women. That's a lot of titles. I recognize that. But I don't think the FTW title should be any more than what it is now. I think Ricky Starks should just always have it. I just think it should go to the leader, the wrestling leader of Team Taz, who is Ricky Starks, and he should just have it.
Constantly have battles with each other. I think the Team Taz should have a revolving door of wrestlers that can't hack it. That can't hack it. They just fall by the wayside because they don't like to deal with Team Taz. They don't want to have to fight each other all the time. Have it feel like a real toxic masculine culture in there. Chica Mark says, my biggest woo, tough call because so many, but MJF made me so happy. Interesting. Because he did not make me happy. We're going to talk about him in a little bit, but keep that in mind, Chica Marks. We're not going to lose that. S, you guys seem like nice boys. Do I need to be nice to the trolls? FTW, not WTF. Thank you so much, S.
Yeah.
Well, no, we could be nice to the trolls. Let's be nice to the trolls.
Whatever.
We'll be mean. You don't have to be mean. Let us be the mean ones. If they're going to be mean to us, we can be mean.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
S, do whatever the fuck
We're talking about wrestling. We're having a good time.
We're talking about wrestling. But we're Losers Review Wrestling. Jesus Christ. Joseph Redlitz is back. Danielson, sorry, stupid chat. He will always be Daniel Bryan to me. Admit he means damn it. Damn it. Something's wrong with his chat feature. He's saying Brian Samuelson. He's saying that. Thank you so much, Joe. S. I'm like the kind himself. Brian Pillman Jr. What is?
I think I don't know. I think I called S himself, but I don't know. So I said themselves, and then I think he said I'm himself.
Oh, distracting. Oh, okay. Thank you so much, S. A good clarification.
Thank you.
Give us your pronouns. We're going to respect them.
Yeah,
we're going to damn respect them.
Absolutely.
Plus, MJF is amazing. S says King. We're going to call you King. Okay, King.
Okay, well, do you want to get into it? Because it seems like people are talking about this MJF promo. Do you want to talk about that?
Well, let's talk about the MJF promo. That's in my what's.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it was in my what's, and I'm sorry to say that to you, Chica Marks, because I know, we're all in this together. We're all trying to figure this out. But what do you think about the MJF promo?
I think I was on board with it until the very, very end. Like, I recognized that he lost to Jericho. He needed to come back out, get his heat, make everybody forget that he lost to Jericho, or make people chant, you tapped out, and all of these things to really get heat. So I liked what they did. I mean, it's his hometown. It's Brian Pillman Jr.'s hometown. We're in a time right now where everybody's like, oh, AEW's bringing all these people. They're going to bury, like, young guys, blah, blah, blah. This is a perfect example of, like, giving Brian Pillman Jr. an opportunity to go do something. The only time that I was like, ugh, is when he started talking about his mom. That's when I was like, too far. Way too far.
Doubt, like the thing is, like, there's a little, like, some people go like, oh, maybe he got permission. I don't think he got permission to say whether she spit or swallowed or not.
Yeah, not great.
He just went too far. And I know that's part of MJF's thing. And that's how he's gotten over, is kind of making people feel icky. Like that's
Yeah.
part of it. But I feel like he just went a little bit too far, a little bit tasteless for me. And also, I don't think Brian Pillman looked very good in this. Brian Pillman did not look very good when he came out, and he kind of just gotten beaten up by Wardlow. Then Garrison came out and looked like a pile of trash. Looked like a
Well, he
legit
just got
pile of
beat up.
trash.
He didn't
I
even get
just
the
don't.
offense in.
I just don't think that Brian Pillman is ready for this type of push. Like I like them together as a team, but he's not ready. He's not ready for this. Neither him or Garrison are ready for this type of like kind of because he can't talk convincingly. He doesn't have the instincts of knowing what to do when like just he's very uncomfortable. And then his backstage segment in the back when he's
Yeah,
talking to
that
Max
was.
Caster.
Well, I think Max Caster was rough in that too.
He was harmless in that one.
His first ever backstage segment. Again, it's like we've talked about this the last few weeks of like these people who have never done backstage segments before. The camera's right on top of you. They see all of your mannerisms. They see everything you're doing, how you're reacting, and it's just like kind of awkward a little bit. And he threw those flowers. That felt very forced and kind of weird.
Very forced. I was waiting to throw him in his face.
Yeah,
like,
right. Exactly.
As soon as it goes, he's just so angry. He throws him at the ground. Very interesting. S writes, I missed last week and I'm off my game. No worries, King. Chica Mark says, no worries. I can see that too. About the tastelessness.
Yeah.
We're talking. S writes, Pillman sounded great on the mic. Sure, Wardlow kicked his arse, but it's freaking Wardlow. BPJ looked better in that segment than he ever has. I agree.
That's also true.
He didn't look bad. Like too bad. I just felt like he was out of his element and it showed. He looked a little uncomfortable. He wasn't very comfortable on the mic. For instance, his mom is getting trashed in the ring and he comes out like, yeah, guys, yeah, like, woo, wearing a Bengals jersey. Like, I understand the Bengals jersey, but someone's talking shit about your mom. You want to look like a badass in front of the crowd. You just walk to the ring, get in his face and be like, don't talk shit about mama.
Well,
you know?
He didn't start talking about mama really until he got in the ring, but it was a little too much talking. I understand coming out, saying Cincinnati's great, you're from here, I'm from here, or you're from there, I'm from here, and we're tougher, etc. I get that, I appreciate that. But when you come to the ring, you come to the ring to fight. Just because the longer you go toe to toe with MJF, it's not going to turn out so well for you.
It doesn't look good.
So you just got to start fighting.
Yeah, 100%. Chica Mark says, what about when he picked on Cincinnati?
Great.
MJF calling it shit Cincinnati. Awesome.
And also him turning like the word mid into like the biggest insult.
Honestly, it was a great promo. Honestly, I don't want to pick on MJF because I love him to death. It was a great promo until he started getting tasteless with the mom thing. I think he could have gone halfway from where he went. He could have done the abortion line. I'm fine with that. Like, he should have been aborted, or something like that. Fine. I'm fine with that. But the minute like you start like I don't know.
I also
know, his grandma's there, his mom's there. I don't know. It's a lot.
Him calling his sister 16 and pregnant is also pretty funny to me.
Funny.
It
is pretty funny. But in all, that's it's a little funny. Well, we're gonna have to disagree on that one. I could go either way, but he's gonna be facing Max Caster on Friday, which honestly I think is a good thing. Max Caster. He did his time, whatever. I hope you learned a lesson about, being you're so PG, Red. Okay, S. All right. Hold on a second. Is this Brendio hiding his S over here? But I love the mid stuff. Chica Marks and S, totally mid. Are you calling me mid? Are you calling me mid? No, I'm not mid. But I think that Max Caster is a good first opponent who's going to beat. Because Brian Pillman's going to beat him.
Absolutely.
And he should beat him after the way he acted before. I think it works, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, Max Caster did his suspension or whatever, but also like we don't need to get too deep into this, and obviously it's inexcusable what he said on the microphone, but also like if nobody's checking what he's saying before he goes out, is it totally his fault? Maybe, but maybe not.
Yes.
I don't know. Yeah, you're probably right.
It's their fault as well. Then I got Hex Infinity saying mid. Is that like fucking trolling the Hex Infinity? I love you to death. Keep it up. Swizz says, Max Caster did a great bit on Dark yesterday. Hopefully he keeps it tasteful. You're damn right, Swizz.
Yeah.
I like Max Caster. I think the Acclaimed have a future if he's just responsible, not being a total shithead child.
Yeah.
Shithead child, because that's what it was. And then Tony's in the house. Yes, Miz, that was good.
Hell
Thanks for
yeah.
the input, Tony.
Hell yeah, Tony.
Tony, you're just driving me nuts. Let's move on. What's
Yeah.
your so we talked about CM Punk, and we talked about the MJF. What was your another big woo for you tonight?
My biggest woo of the night was the Elite Bryan Danielson segment
Interesting.
for a lot of reasons.
Okay, let's talk about it. Describe what happened tonight.
Yeah, so Tony comes out, Tony Schiavone, and he brings out the Elite, and then the Elite introduce Adam Cole, and I kind of had this feeling going into it, but like the Elite, they were a stable, they're at the top of the card, but they just like were missing something that made them an unstoppable force on North American television as like a top heel stable, and it's Adam Cole.
You mean someone that can talk?
Exactly. Adam Cole is an incredible talker. His presence is out of this world, and he just balances everybody out, and he brings the Elite to another level. And now Danielson is coming in to feud with them. Forget it. This is what a main event looks like. This is it.
Yeah, 100%.
The only negative of this whole thing, hate to say it, Bryan Danielson's theme song kind of sucks. I don't like it very much.
It's the drizzling shits for sure. I liked it the other night. Night at All Out when it came out because it's definitely the choice. Like between that and Final Countdown for his opening night, it should have been that song because it would have gotten the biggest pop, and it did.
Yeah.
They should spring for Final Countdown though, but apparently it's a little too expensive.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
It's a little bit too expensive, but yeah, he comes out and he calls Tony Schiavone a nerd for talking to his wife, Britt, and it's very exciting. He did a great job. Bryan Danielson comes out just to face Kenny Omega down for a little bit. It was a great segment. I think we all can agree on that. We got some Hex Infinity says Mount Rushmore of wrestling hype. Very interesting.
Hey, tune in Saturday.
Tune in Saturday for the news you can't lose. It's going to be at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central. Bryan Danielson should also should after rise the ranks like everyone.
Oh yeah.
I think you're trying to say that he's jumping some steps here. How do you feel about that, Royster? Someone going right into a main event feud.
I assume
after not
that
proving themselves in that company.
Kenny is going to say that at some point, and Kenny's going to say, if you want to fight me, it's not going to be for the title. Mm-hmm. So, and then that allows them to like have an all-out like crazy match without worrying about who's going to win and who's going to lose, title, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I think they're just going to have like, I would assume like this is crazy and they probably won't do it, but like a time limit draw of some kind, like a 30-minute time limit draw on television, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm still in the camp of Hangman should be the next champion. Hangman should beat Omega.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
I believe. And then we're moving down here. Adam was so good. Poor Tony. You're damn right. Tony actually looked specifically hurt.
Yes.
Being called a nerd.
Yeah,
he took
really
a long time to get out of there. But the thing is that the Elite, and you just mentioned it, the Elite was missing someone. They were missing someone with charisma on the mic, charisma, like in a segment. None of them really carry that charisma over efficiently in a segment. They can do it in a match, but even Kenny Omega struggles, and that's why Don Callis was so important. Honestly, Don Callis is not really that important anymore when you have Adam Cole, which I honestly wouldn't mind moving away from him and moving him to somewhere else. He could be used in other places.
Yes, I agree. I think he should be a commentator, but that's a whole other thing. There's so much to talk about. I think that Kenny is still like the unofficial leader because he's the heavyweight champion, so he should kind of be the unofficial leader. And Kenny can talk, but Kenny shouldn't have to be relied upon to carry a segment.
Yeah,
Kenny can have his little parts, but Adam Cole needs to grab the mic, get everybody to where they need to be, 100%. And then pass the ball to Kenny, and he can put it in the hoop.
Yeah, until Adam Cole's, and it's so nice to see Adam Cole around people his own size.
Also
because
true.
Honestly, seeing him around all these big people, his body is shaped in such a way where he has this big head and little arms, so it looks like a troll doll. But we're moving on. Hex Infinity says, "Love the Valkyrie trap." Yeah, it's like trap music. Flight of the Valkyrie is Bryan Daniels' music. Joe Redlet says, "Adam Cole's amazing. Is he going to be hard to have him and Omega in a group, both leaders?"
Take a look down the line.
there's a lot of people in the Elite right now. Maybe they could cut a few tag teams. Just a couple.
Yeah, I don't know
Just
if
a couple.
Sour Boy only.
Oh my god, and fucking dump Brandon Cutler. Also, Omega's great promo, quirky but different, is good. And yes, Brian needs another theme song. Very good point, Joe. S says, have Danielson beat all the Elite to raise the ranks and face Kenny. I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love for him to face Brian Danielson versus the Bucks individually. I wanted to face the Bucks individually. I wanted to face. I'm fine with the Good Brothers individually. Then get to Kenny. I think that's a great idea. S. Thank you so much. Thanks, King. Smooth says Hangman's gonna have to come back and save the Dark Order.
We'll get to that too.
That's actually a good point. We're gonna talk about that in a sec, Smooth. S writes, Roy, now what's up? Hangman, JR voice, Cowboy Shiznit. You're damn right, S. Damn right, King. Tony, he got called out as Brent Simp. Yeah, Tony did. Tony did get called out as a Brent Simp. Very good, Tony. Troll Doll, thank you so much, Chica Marks. Sour Boy is the worst, lol. Thank you so much, Tony. That is the stupidest thing. If you watch Being the Elite, it's actually the only funny thing that they do. It's the only funny thing that they do, and they have very few funny things.
One more thing about that segment before really small thing, and you probably hated it, but I gotta drop it. What's his name? Little guy? Marco Stunt. Marco Stunt, best use of Marco Stunt ever. Not only did they pick him up and throw him onto the Bucks, which I really enjoyed, but also he just threw himself on Brandon Cutler, and he's so small that he just started pounding the top of Brandon Cutler's head.
Oh, so good.
Really so good. Really, really good. Excellent.
That's what Marco Stunt should be used as a projectile and as like a nanobot that climbs around and does little damage.
Absolutely.
Let's move on. Let's hit another thing because we're just talking about the Dark Order. That's in my woos.
Yeah.
That is in my woos right now, is that they're doing something with the Dark Order. I'm excited that there's some turmoil in there. So they had a match, Evil Uno, John
Grayson
Silver
and Silver. Stu Grayson.
Stu Grayson versus the Pinnacle of Sean Spears and FTR. Pinnacle wins. First thing, John Silver needs more of a spotlight.
Yeah.
He is over. He's a homegrown, over person. You don't want to get lost in the shuffle because he's special. He's really special. Boy, would I love to see him versus Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would love to see him versus Bryan Danielson. I think they would have a great chance. Now, let's talk about the turmoil here. You mentioned something very interesting in a text thread with Moet and I. Moet, founding member of the LLW
the third
family.
Freebird.
And he's listening. He's listening right now. He better be listening. You better jump in. Moet. But what do you think? So you were tell us who you're thinking might be the mystery leader.
I don't know, man. I know that they had said that like there's probably not a new leader, etc. But the announcers keep referencing that they need a leader. And normally in AEW, in that whole universe, they don't say something without it alluding to something. And I don't know if I'd even enjoy it. I don't know if I would like it, but Bray Wyatt as the new leader of the Dark Order, I don't know if that fits, but if anybody can make that fit, it's him.
He is a really talented performer, and he can make a lot of things fit. Honestly, with him in that like playful funhouse gimmick with the Dark Order might be a fun time. You know, that actually would fit rather than him going for the dark brooding thing. Go in with the like, come on, guys, we have to get it together. And then he slowly gets serious. Might be interested in that. I still want that -1 to rule as the Prince King that makes them do ridiculous things because he's a child, but they all worship him like a deity. Like in Lord of the Rings, the guy who had the moon door, which I would love. Yeah. But also something interesting that the girls came out, Anna Jay and Ty Conte. And in the back, Anna Jay kind of interrupted their squabbling. What if they're just like, listen, you just need women to run the group, and then everything's fine? What if this is a big allegory for men shouldn't be running their own group? And I would love for the fact of them just being like, listen, we're just going to make it, and they rule. Because Anna Jay was always an afterthought in Dark Order backstage segments, and now she's back, and she's kind of like, quiet down, guys. I kind of would like that.
I'd like that too, yeah.
We have some thoughts in here. Smith says, I hated the booth today. I realized how much we need Excalibur. I like Taz, though. I like Taz. I would love just Taz and Excalibur.
There's a few things that drove me crazy that we can like take a quick dive here and talk about the booth real quick. Yes, I don't like John Silver. Everybody here, like Chica Mark said John Silver was amazing. Tony talking about John Silver versus Brian Cage. John Silver is awesome. And I think Jim Ross continuously calling him Johnny Hungy and not his actual name is doing damage to him, in my opinion. And that just like, without Excalibur being there and just hearing like JR say Johnny Hungy over and over and over again, it kind of bums me out a little bit. And I think that Excalibur, what Taz did tonight on commentary proved that Excalibur and Taz would be fantastic together on Dynamite. Tony would be excellent as what Tony did, even though, he got pushed out of the ring, got the microphone taken away from him, but I thought Tony played an awesome, important role in that Elite segment. And if Tony just did that all the time, and it was Excalibur and Taz, and JR came in for like the world title matches and like did backstage segments and stuff, it would be fantastic.
Longtime listeners would know I completely agree with you. He's the Mean Gene Okerlund of AEW, and that's where you should stay. Excalibur, yay for Excalibur. He's getting married. Very sweet.
Yeah, congratulations.
Very sweet. Excalibur is amazing. John Silver was amazing. John Silver versus Brian Cage was a classic in PWG. It is a pretty good match.
Yeah.
Just seeing like big strong men, little strong men go after it. And if Bray does show up to AEW, this is Swizz, by the way, I hope he goes against the Dark Order like he doesn't like what the Dark Order has turned into. Okay, but I don't mind that, but I just see that as a vehicle for Bray to beat everyone in the Dark Order, which I don't like. I feel like Bray, bless his grits, should come in with the help the others rather than I should be the main event. I don't want him to come to AEW and be a champion.
Yeah. I agree.
Excellent sneeze, Red.
Nobody heard it. It was silent.
It was a good that's why it was good.
Yeah.
Chica Marks Riggs, I would love the women running the group. Thanks, Red. You're welcome. I'm an ally to women everywhere. Roy didn't mention it.
Whoa!
I didn't say it.
I agreed with you. I think it's a great idea.
Okay. Tony says they need Moro Ronaldo. They don't need any more commentators, Tony. Right? Moro would be... I love Moro. I think Moro's great. But who would you... In all honesty, sure. Well, not fine. Yes. But you have to get rid of JR and Tony.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to get rid of Tony and JR booth and move Mark Henry to the back. Mark Henry be the Gene Okerlund over at Rampage, not on there. And yeah, that's what we have to do. You look so 10 times brighter right now. What did you open up a new screen? No, it's good. This is good. Keep the screen.
Is it?
Keep the screen.
No, it's not.
You look bright and vibrant, full of life.
Results from
Sound
Dynamite.
off in the comments if you think Roy looks alive right now. He looks
No.
filled with vigor. Great
back.
idea on the women running the Dark Order. Would be a great lead into more intergender matches. Unfortunately, I would love that, but I don't think they're going to be going to intergender matches anytime soon. Hex Infinity. I feel that their Tony Khan is against it. But yeah, excellent. We should be moving on. We're hung up on this for too long.
We're rolling for it.
What's another big woo for you?
Big woo for me. I mean, there's so much. We can talk about Will Hobbs real quick. I thought Will Hobbs looked great tonight.
You're damn right he did.
Another announcer snafu that I didn't like is that, do you remember the end of that match, Red?
The end of that match?
Do you remember how that match ended? Do you remember what move Will Hobbs did?
Oh, because yes, I forget.
He did a spine buster. He did his big spine buster, but both Jim Ross and Tony Schiavone called it a power bomb multiple times. I don't know, whatever. A little nitpicky,
and especially for Jim Ross, who constantly says "spine on the pine."
Right, exactly. It's so strange that happened, but I thought it was great. I think Dante Martin isn't human. The air that he gets when he jumps in the air is insane. I thought he was great, and
I think both of them are great. They're the future.
Absolutely.
They are the future of AEW. They're the future of wrestling. I think Dante Martin reminds me of a hybrid of Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles.
Love that. I love that. That's awesome. Yeah.
Like he has the innovation of AJ Styles while also sells like $1 million like Jeff Hardy. Chico Marks writes, Hex Infinity, I want intergender matches so bad. Very good, Chico Marks. Same Chico commenting to each other. I shouldn't just say the things that they're commenting to each other about, right? That's just bad.
Whatever you want.
I suppose Will Hobbs looks good even when he's not in his dungarees. That sounds freaky. Damn right it does. Oh, yeah.
Hey, we're into it.
We're into it. But he did get knocked out at the end of the match.
Is that what happened?
Did you notice?
He looked a little off.
there was definitely like because Hobbs was kind of standing in the corner and Dante Martin's like waiting for him to come. They handled it well and
Yeah.
they got to the finish.
Yeah.
But definitely there was some miscommunication there, and Hobbs definitely looked to be a little bit out of it. Anyone know what happened? Let us know, right, Royster?
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely,
Absolutely.
definitely. And so, do you see? Yeah, yeah, excellent. I agree. That was a great moment in the night. Everything else is kind of like low hanging fruit for me. I did like the Malachi Black versus Dustin.
Yep.
That was
Man.
just a good match.
Man.
That was just a
Yeah.
good match, and the boot. I love the boot.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I Dustin Rhodes is awesome.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
just like such a solid professional wrestler. And he makes his opponents look good. And the match was like, sloppy is the wrong word because it wasn't necessarily sloppy, but it was like just like gritty. Like nothing was like smooth and like extra choreographed. Like it was just rough. And like there were like little cuts and there was like a little blood. Like I love it. I loved it. Added this extra layer. Like there's no doubt that Malachi Black is like tough. Is so tough. But like to see him be tough in like not a character way, but in like this guy's kind of taking a little bit of a beating, getting hit a little harder than like Lee Johnson would hit him, and he's coming back and still hitting the kicks and doing his thing. It was awesome.
100%. And I'm just happy to see a different type of match.
Yeah.
A different type of match. And Dustin, really good at these type of matches. Malachi Black goes for this big swirly kick, and Dustin forgets to feed into it, and he hits his shoulder, which is a little
Yeah.
weird. But but the boots of the ring, I really like that. Like, I like that Malachi Black, he's basing his matches around story.
Yeah.
And I just really excited about that. What did you think of the Ruby Soho Jamie Hayter match?
My only beef with that match is that commercial break, the picture-in-picture, because I'm starting to watch the picture-in-picture. It's working. They're getting me. I'm watching the picture-in-picture.
I'm watching a fucking Domino's commercial now.
They did some really good stuff in the picture-in-picture. Again, Jamie Hayter, during the picture-in-picture, hit an awesome spine buster on Ruby Soho. Ruby Soho, and maybe it's because I also really like the band Rancid, but like she brings just this magnetic energy to her matches. The crowd's behind her. She's so hyped to be there. I want to watch her matches. I want to watch what she's doing. Jamie Hayter's like a good foil for her because she's big, so they can really kind of go round and round. She can throw her around a little bit. She can look scrappy, have like a nice little comeback. I thought it was cool, man. I thought it was really cool.
She has to be a little has to do a little bit more practicing because I've noticed she likes to do big strong person moves, which is great. It's cool because she's strong and a lot of the people there are light, but I noticed her being like awkward with throwing around Ruby a few times. It was just a little uncomfortable. We have some comments in here. Dante reminds me of a young Will Ospreay. Very good. Very good thought, Tony. I agree with that. Hex Infinity, Hook should retire CM Punk. Hex Infinity, you are directly in the doghouse. Do not pass go. Go directly to the doghouse. You're not going to be at the pizza party if you're talking
Hook's
like that.
awesome though.
Good. S says good point, Tony. I see that. I thought he was about to say good point, Hex Infinity. We love you, Hex Infinity. Thank you for watching. Tony Malachi's gold dust with the magic dust. Thank you, Hex Infinity.
Yeah.
We agree. Definite magic dust. Tony, Hayter seems stiff to work with. I agree. There's just something about the fact that she's doing strong people moves, and she's kind of like, I don't know. It just seemed a little off. Ruby did a great job.
Did you see there's that spot in the match where like Ruby's on Jamie Hayter's shoulders and she like bends backwards, and I think there was supposed to be some type of strong move. Such a happy accident though, because Hayter spun around and just Ruby planted her, and it looked kind of cool, even if it was an accident.
It looked cool, but also that was one of the moments I was thinking of Jamie Hayter doing something that was maybe a little bit beyond her strength, or something that she wasn't used to doing, and that's a little dangerous sometimes. Joe Redwood says, "Is it just me, or is AEW really good at making stars? With a song and a different look, they made Ruby Riott a star when she was in WWE, a low mid Carter at best." I 100% agree with you, Joe, but I would also say that the fans here appreciate different things than WWE fans.
Yeah, I do. These fans are also they know their stuff, you know, so they know her work from before the WWE. Yeah. And I also think the thing that the WWE never took advantage of, and this can be frustrating, a lot of the WWE women they essentially just don't have tattoos. And they have a very similar presentation. They all may look different, but they have a very similar presentation. And Ruby always had a different presentation, and I think she never got the play that she deserved in that company because she just looked different than everyone else. So now she's finally getting a chance to be herself fully in front of a crowd.
I think it was less her tattoos and more her speaking ability. Because they did give her a group called the Riot Squad.
That is true. That's a fair point.
They gave her a lot. It's just that she couldn't talk, which is still a problem we're going to get to.
I like that promo. You didn't like it. We'll talk about it.
S says, isn't this a Malachi angle what happens with Cody? Always happens with Cody? Cody gets beat up. Cody's boys get beat up. Then Cody comes back and wins. Kind of a rerun.
Yes, but he's going to lose this time.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do.
I want to think that too.
You can't beat Malachi Black. You just can't do it.
Okay.
For what?
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know. I thought Jericho was going to retire this Sunday.
Yeah, well.
Not everything works the way we want, Roy.
That was a great finish.
Tony, that drop on bottom rope was hard. Damn straight.
Yes.
When she dropped Ruby Soho, and that loved it. Swiss says, I wish Hayter could get some more wins. She's 2-3 now, I think. She's supposed to be some enforcer, but she keeps losing. Yes, but the way AEW does booking, they give you these big matches all the time. So, unfortunately, unless she's in line for a title shot or in line for a push, they're going to lose, right?
Yes, and also the way AEW does it that's different from other people is that, or other companies, they don't look at, when it comes to like a heater, like an enforcer, they don't look at wins and losses as much as how much of a beating did the enforcer give the babyface. Mm-hmm. So ultimately, Hayter did her job in that match and accomplished what needed to be accomplished by beating the crap out of her.
Yeah.
So.
And I stick by what I said. I talked about this privately. I don't like the idea that I don't think this was the best idea. I think Ruby should have fought someone lesser than tonight. And I wish that at All Out, she started at the top of the Casino Battle Royale rather than the end, because that's the worst. That's the losers one. I don't know. But do you have any other woos tonight?
We talked about that. I mean, there's so much stuff that I liked, but like emphatic woos. No, not really. I mean, I like that 6-man. I think FTR are always fantastic. But you have some whats. So let's talk to the whats.
Let me get to my one last woo.
Yeah.
Dan Lambert.
Oh my God.
Torches Pro Wrestling. Torches AEW. Just fucking nukes it. I thought that was great. He even burned Jericho. He's just like, and they tell their fans to look at their phones for lyrics to sing this damn song. Dan Lambert is, so refreshing. Moet hates his pacing, but I love it. He just goes into it and doesn't stop until he's done. He's not waiting for the audience. He's not waiting for them to react. He's going in, and it works. It works. It gets heat. You don't like it?
I do like it, but it's time to go. This is like that. It's starting to get to a point like when they got Sting and Sting just kept showing up every week and not doing anything. It's time for someone to fight. Let's get some feuds going. Let's get Lance Archer back in there. Let's do something with the Men of the Year, because I think they're also really talented and I want to see them work.
Men of the Year?
Yeah.
The Wingmen?
No, what?
Who's the Men of the Year?
Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page? His tag team that he's with? Yeah,
That's
I'm pretty
sure.
That's a dumb
fucking name. That's a dumb fucking name. It was great, and I also love their recent promo. I think they're talking about that. Tony Cody will lose this comeback. Yeah. Hopefully. Yeah. We could hope. Joe Ruthers, I love the catering comment to Ruby. Bring up people's past is fun. Yes, it was fun. It was fun. And I enjoy when they do that. And AEW has fun doing that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
They do a good job.
They capitalize on their audience and what their audience knows. These like smart audiences who know everything.
Yeah. Chica Marks, Ruby had the bigger burn. I liked it all. Wait, what burn did she have?
She's going to kick her ass. She's going to beat her up. She trained her. She called her Brittany.
She did call her Brittany. That was
great.
Chica Marks also wrote, Dan was brave and great. You're damn right he was. Brave ass man going out there. I just don't care for the Men of the Year. I hate that shit.
I like Ethan Page a lot.
I like Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky, but honestly, they bore the shit out of me. Dan Lambert is the best part of that group right now, and that's unfortunate.
Well, he gives some edge to them. He gives them a little...
Smith says, I like Dan Lambert, but I hate how he always does that. I hate the AEW chant just to get everyone to do the chant. It's the same promo each week. You're damn right. I actually hate that too. Yeah. That was a bad way to end it. And S writes, Dan frickin' Lambert. Y'all didn't like it at first. Review the tape. I was the first to tout how great he is. Roy is wrong. Give Lambert the whole show. Damn, S. Shoot, King. going straight at him. Chico Mark says, Ruby said, you remind everyone of who you are so they don't see what you're not.
Really good. You're right. You're right, Chico Marks.
You're right, Chico
I forgot
Marks.
about that.
Well, I have some what's in here. Let's talk about them.
Yeah.
What's your biggest what of the evening, Roy?
You know, it's tough. This is an interesting big what because it's not the wrestler's fault. But the main event is a giant what for me.
Yeah.
Because they beat the shit out of each other, and it was awesome. And I think Suzuki's amazing. And I understand that he's not technically a contracted AEW wrestler, but everybody saw when he came to the ring and at the pay-per-view and everybody sang his theme song. That's literally what everybody's looking forward to the most in that arena, and they didn't let it happen. And if you look really quickly as the camera's cutting away to Moxley, you see Suzuki Kurt's like going around the ring with his thumb down, like, oh, I don't like that. He doesn't like it because they cut his music off.
It's because of the fact that they had little time.
Yeah,
You know, like, and that's the issue. That's the big issue. That's the biggest what of me is time management. It feels like all these main events that they keep hyping up are rushed because they are. Because people in the middle go over, and because Tony Khan is a big old pushover that's afraid to yell at the wrestlers.
I don't think that's true.
He's so nervous to yell at them, and he's so scared. And what he needs is JBL. He needs to hire JBL. He needs to hire a bully to be in the back and just tell JBL what to tell people, and JBL tells them what to do. And no one's going to cross JBL because he'll smack them in the face.
Red Jefferson.
You gotta get JBL in there.
That's literally the worst thing you've ever said. The guy who's known for being like the most toxic person in a locker room, for his horrible pranks, his bullying, his hazing. You want to hire that guy?
He does it for the kids now. He's climbing mountains for the kids. Let's see what we have in here. Tony said Sting versus Tully. What are you talking about, Tony?
That happened. Remember when Tully cut that promo in the back and he's like, Sting, we're going to go face to face, you and I.
He did say that. I thought he said Arn.
No, it was Sting, because it's going to be Darby versus Shawn Spears, which is weird. The whole thing's kind of weird.
What?
I think it's leading to my assumption, and I hope this is true, is Shawn Spears at FTR versus Sting, Darby, and CM Punk in New York in 2 weeks.
Oh, maybe.
And then Team Taz comes out and beats up Punk.
Maybe. Joe Redless writes, please no Sting versus Tully. Very good point, Joe Redless. Very good point. Tony writes, Bully Ray. What are you talking about, Tony?
Instead of JBL.
Oh, yes.
No.
Yes, I'm fine with Bully Ray. JBL is hot doo-doo.
Thank you, Hex Infinity.
No, and Tony Khan just needs a bully next to him. He needs a stooge that's able to do what Gerald Briscoe did. Do what Gerald Briscoe did. It's just like, tell him Mike it is.
Then put Jerry Lynn in that space.
If you want to be hooked, I'd have hooked you. That's what he said. If you're gonna get hooked, I'd have hooked you. Because you need someone that's able to just talk some sense. S says they cut Suzuki's theme early so we don't get to sing Kazi ni Nair, but they let Mox wander around the arena for 15 minutes after the match.
Yeah.
Big what?
Didn't like that either. Why did we cut that match short? It could have gone 2 to 3 more minutes instead of him just being like, "Yay, I'm in Cincinnati." He could have done that for the live crowd afterwards.
He could have. But it's weird with live TV. It's live, so they wanted to make sure there was enough time. They probably ended a little earlier than expected. He was bleeding a lot from his eye in that match.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was pretty cool. Joe Red said, did you see the media scrum after the pay-per-view? Tony Khan wouldn't stop praising Punk, basically gave him credit for everything. He has a big man crush, hardcore. 100% man crush. As I mentioned earlier in the show, I think like Punk is the perfect representative of AEW. When he talked in the ring and hyped up the show, it was really magic for us, but you could tell Tony had the biggest boner in the back. Just like, oh, he's talking about me. Like, he loves it. He loves it so much. Yeah, so they've agreed with that. Tony says Suzuki deserved 25 minutes. And I agree.
Yeah.
But guess what? all the EVPs get more say, and they took a lot more time. Everyone took a lot more time, and every Dynamite they take too much time. That's why you need JBL to come in there,
Oh
stick
my
some thumbs in
god.
people's assholes, and be like, "Get going, keep going."
All AEW needs is the classic Monday Night Raw of the late 90s, early 2000s move of just a little overrun. 5 to 7 minute overrun at the top of the hour, you're golden. That's all you
Yeah,
need.
you want to let's we'll put our emails into TNT to get
Great.
that started.
Great. That's what I
Let's
like to hear.
everyone in the LLW universe send your emails to tnt.com. A subject Luzali's wrestling uh, for the win. I don't know, for the
Um,
world, fuck the
I,
world.
I would like to just take a second because this is great. This chat is great. Everybody's chatting,
Oh, bless all of you.
having
You're
a
all
great
doing a great
time.
job. Great job in the chat. Great job in the chat. Thank you so much. That says, don't you remember Tully in that trios match forever ago? Tully is a great in limited action. Tully and FTR versus Allen Punk and Sting. Listen, I liked that moment with Tully, but Tully versus Sting is a bad idea.
Yeah, yeah, it
It's
is.
a bad idea because Sting needs someone to bump around for him. And Tully,
Yeah, yeah,
when he was at his best in that match, when he fought Marco Stunt,
yeah.
like, that's the only time it was acceptable as.
Yeah, I think
Okay, King?
Sting got power bombed by 2.0 through a table and got right back up. Tully's not going to get up if he gets
Tully's not
power
getting
bombed
back
through a
up.
table.
Tully's just not going to get back
Not
up.
going to happen.
Do you have any other whats? I have a what here. The Ruby Soho promo.
Before the
I
match.
After the match or before whenever it
Oh
was
yeah,
when she was with
yeah.
Britt in the back.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
the thing is, and I know a lot of people in the chat like it, and I know you like it. I
Yeah, I
just
thought it was
feel
good.
that Ruby isn't a good talker, and I think it's too soon for Ruby to be going against Britt because I feel that Ruby is going to get the same treatment as Red Velvet. The thing is, Ruby, while she's over with the crowd. Britt is more so. Is more so. Britt is more over with the crowd, and I just think that maybe a little bit more time for Ruby Soho to climb up the ranks would have been a better suit for her. You disagree?
I think whether it works or not, which I think it will, their thought process, I assume, is we are going to put Ruby Soho, who has come into this promotion, ultimate babyface, so hype. I keep burping. I'm so sorry. Against, oh great, thank you. Against Britt Baker because now we can finally dig our heels in and make Britt Baker a heel. They are going to start booing Britt Baker. They were booing Britt Baker a little bit on Sunday against Chris Statlander. Not a lot, but a little bit. There were some boos for Britt against someone like Chris Stat. But like other than Chris Stat, Ruby Soho is probably the only other person, and Thunder Rosa, maybe, who can get her booed. And I think it's a great idea. And you have to continue to lend credibility to Britt Baker. So put her in the ring with the most experienced person you have in that division, give or take, with Ruby Soho.
I don't know why they're pushing against Stream. People want to cheer Britt Baker. Let them cheer Britt Baker. Tony says, I don't know. I want to see Tully no sell a table bump. Tony directly to the doghouse. I wonder if there's even like a sub level. You're going to the basement of the doghouse. S says, I hear you, Red, but who do you have feud with Britt? You say this for every angle she's in. Who would you have face DMD? I would have her be a face, and I would have her face other heels. I would have her face the bunny. I would have her face Penelope Ford. I would have her face. I was saying Penelope.
Yeah, it's really good.
But I would have her face those people, and maybe switch around some of these talent. Right now, I feel like she's the most over person in the division, and if she's the most over, and you're making her a heel, and people are inclined to cheer the most over person, any person you're trying to build as a face is automatically going to look lesser than. Always.
Let me ask
She
you.
should be the top. What do you want to say?
No. I'm just curious. In your estimation, and we could be wrong. This question goes out to everybody. Who, besides Ruby Soho, who just debuted and is obviously very popular and over, and Britt Baker, who are the most over women in the AEW women's division?
I think that's the issue.
No. There are people who are over in that division.
Issue. Thunder Rosa was over 6 months ago
She
when she
got-
had those death matches with Britt Baker, but I don't think that she's as over anymore as she was then. I don't think she's not at the same level as she was then as she is now. Listen to like that was she was on top of the world over there, and then like Chris Statlander maybe a little bit in that realm, but again that's the issue. Everyone else is C-list right now. Everyone is C-list. And there's the middle class is gone, Royster. The middle class is gone. They ate themselves. We got Tully. Wait, what do we hear? Tully couldn't no sell sitting down. Them hips won't last.
That's
Damn
funny.
right,
That's
Swiss.
really funny.
Tully versus Nick Gage. You've redeemed yourself as that's a great idea. Joe says, agreed. Ruby needs to work her way to the top. Makes sense for Brian because he's wrestling god, like JBL. Ha ha ha. You're damn right. A wrestling god.
No.
She might have indie cred, but nowhere near the same as Punk or Brian. You're damn right. Tony says, Tay Conte. I don't think Tay's ready either. I don't. There's a lot of people that aren't ready.
Can we backtrack for a second here? I'm pumped up. I'm pumped up about this, and maybe I'm wrong. How you get someone over is by the audience reaction in the arena, and then the people watching on TV see, wow, the crowd's really reacting here. They must be popular. People who are getting huge reactions, go back and watch All Out again. Thunder Rosa, huge reaction. Huge. Half the crowd was disappointed when she didn't win that battle royal, first of all. Second of all, the crowd was furious when Riho got eliminated. Riho's over. People like Riho a lot. Third is
they were excited because she hasn't been on TV in 2 years.
And I also think Tay Conti is really over as well. And S just brought up a really good point, and I think with the right amount of tweaking, Layla Hirsch could get over real quick.
Well, let's talk about some of these people in here. They're starting to rattle off. Swizz and Tony say Thunder Rosa. Chica Mark says, I want Thunder Rosa back, and Tay. So Thunder Rosa, like I said, like they had this beautiful feud with Britt. Beautiful feud earlier this year, and then they just stopped talking about her for months. And then she's back. That was an issue. Swizz says Abaddon, and I couldn't have any less respect for that answer. I couldn't. Joe Redless has the best answer of the night. No one is over. Red is right.
That's not necessarily true. I think Anna Jay got a huge reaction when she came out last week.
Anna Jay, oh boy. Sky Blue was over in Chicago last week because she's from Chicago and everyone likes her in Chicago. But Layla Hirsch and Team Taz and have Taz battle Britt on the mic and Layla batter in the ring. 110%, King. Thank you so much, King S. Because that's actually honestly what it should be. And I've been saying it. You know I've been saying it. That Layla should be with Team Taz. Layla should be Team Taz because that would make her. That's what they need. Some mouthpieces. A lot of these women that they've hired recently aren't talkers. Britt Baker's a talker, hence her getting over. What they need to hire are the Iconics or the inspiration.
Also true.
The inspiration coming to AEW would be the best move right now. It would bring all the women up. All rising tides raise all ships. That's the saying, right?
Yeah, that is the saying. Yes.
That is the saying. And Chica Mark says, yes, Rio.
I just want to say real quick, and then we'll move on. We can. Or we can keep talking about this. Totally up to you. Britt Baker wasn't a good talker at the beginning of AEW. She learned how to talk. It's going to take people time to learn how to talk, but it's going to happen. We have to keep giving these people opportunity. This is like a funny thing that I'm saying because I'm like in total support of them hiring as many people as possible. But now I'm saying we need to keep giving these same people opportunities rather than bringing in other people because these people need to learn how to do this on the job. That's just how it's going to go.
You need to give them competition. The thing is, I think that's an important factor too. Britt Baker is literally going untethered. She has no worries in the world because her spot is so solidified that she is leaps and bounds over every other person in her division. You bring in some more people that are on the similar level that can do a similar type of vibe, and then everyone else is just like, oh, there's action up there. I could either face, not only can I either face Britt, but I could also face the inspiration or such. But what do we got? Smith says, but who would you pair with the Iconics, or are you leaving them as a duo? Let's have them be a duo.
They both are good wrestlers.
Yeah, they're both good wrestlers. Have them just be a duo that dominates the division because they're teamed together. I think that would be pretty cool. Chica Mark says, classic diversity issue. They need opportunities. I agree. Yeah. They need opportunities. Yeah. But that's also an issue. Well, this is not an issue with the women. I don't want to belittle any of the women that was mentioned in here. Because Tay Conte, Thunder Rosa, Sky Blue, Statlander, all of them, amazing. And yes, they should have more talk time. But AEW is dedicated to a one-woman segment on every show.
Yeah.
Maybe one and a half. Being a backstage segment. So until they change their priorities, this will not be a change that we'll see, right?
Yeah, Chica Marks brings up an excellent point. I mean, turn Rampage into an all-women show, like give them that whole hour to do whatever they want. Well, they need more TV time. There needs to be more talking segments. There needs to be more opportunities for these people to get the chops that other people are getting on the show already.
They have women on the roster.
Yeah,
and they don't need to have.
They don't need to hire more.
They don't need to have
the opportunity
every single fucking week.
That's also true.
They don't need to have these segments there's space. There's space here. We got Kenneth King. Welcome to the chat, Kenneth. The Elite are starting to feel like the NWO. I'm enjoying it. No, I'm not mad at it, and I will agree with you there.
Kenneth?
Joe Redwood says hire Tessa Blanchard. Nuclear heat, although she'll probably get them bad press when she speaks. You're damn right, Joe. She's you're talking about
read the next comment there.
Red would love Tessa and JBL running the locker room. Okay, Swizz, you're starting to get some assumptions about me.
You're right on there, Swizz.
That are not true. No, I don't want JBL to run the locker room. I want JBL to be Tony Khan's errand boy to make sure that the wrestlers don't go over time. I just don't want them to go over time. And they're not listening to Tony because then in the back, Tony goes up to him like, Mr. Moxley, you ran a little over. And he's just like, so I'm John Moxley.
Don't you think
what? I'm John Moxley.
That like Mark Henry could be the nice guy version of that? Like it could be someone who's not toxic and give it to someone who's really respected like Mark Henry.
But Mark Henry's too nice. He'll be too sweet. Mark Henry's too sweet. Actually, Mark Henry's a good idea. But just a big person that's a veteran. That's a veteran, and I just want someone that speaks their mind. That's why I actually think Bully Ray isn't a bad idea. Taya Valkyrie should have picked AEW over NXT. Yeah, a lot of people should have. I think we're going to see that. S says, maybe AEW starts an all-women's YouTube show. Isn't that issue that it's TNT won't let them have more than one women's match? I don't think that's true. The issue. I've never heard that.
Yeah, I've heard some rumblings about stuff like that, but I've never heard it from any confirmed sources. That's why I've heard why Sunny Kiss isn't on television. Yeah.
Can you tell us your sources? Is that why Sunny Kiss is on television?
That's what maybe I heard, but I don't know. But Sunny Kiss
boycott TNT
versus Joey Janela should absolutely be on a future television show with Sunny Kiss going over, for the record.
Smith says, turning Rampage into a woman's show could be an issue for reasons Red brought up. They only have one real draw. Just give them more matches and more time. 100%.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with that. But do you have any other what's?
No. I have a lot of little woos.
Give us a couple of your little woos.
The first little woo is updating the theme song. Anytime a big event happens, they always add footage from that big event into the opening theme song, and I love that. Keep it fresh. Keep it updated.
Yeah. Let's get rid of everyone that was in the theme song 1 year ago.
There's still stuff in there.
There's still a couple in there. Yeah, we can still squeeze in a CM Punk and Christian Cage in there somewhere.
Oh my God.
Mark Henry's taking up 2 blocks.
There's I love crowd signs. I think crowd signs are fantastic. There are some good ones. There was one that was for Daphne, tribute to Daphne in the front row, which I really liked. That was a nice sign. And there was one that said Nyla farted. Pretty funny.
That's pretty good.
Really
Is
silly.
That why? Nyla Rose. I thought they were talking about Nia Jax, and I was like, is that why that heard Charlotte fought because Nia farted?
Really good.
Any other little woos in there?
Let's see what else we got real quick. Ruby was really good. I think FTR is just so... Every time I see them wrestle, they're so good. They're so crisp. All of the little segments that happen throughout the show, the Santana and Ortiz, Proud and Powerful, quick video promo. Miro and Kingston, really good. Just their ability. I even really like the Sammy thing during the commercial break. Get him on television. There's no rush with Sammy Guevara. He's going to do something down the line, but get him on TV. Why not?
Absolutely the worst picture-in-picture there ever is. Like, there's never been more confirmation of a bathroom break for me than seeing Sammy Guevara come out before commercial.
That's fair. That's fair.
Is Rampage 1 or 2 hours? Maybe they can add time to Rampage. That's down the line, Kenneth. Yeah. I'm sure they will eventually. Chica Marks, I don't want men and women separated. Feels wrong these days. I agree. Kenneth says, woo! Very good, Kenneth King. Tony, Rampage is only 1 hour. Kenneth, thanks, Tony. I should stop doing these mini conversations. You guys get it. Speaking of little woos, did you see the video of Ric Flair with Marco Stunt? That was very cute. Them
Very
just slapping
silly.
each other.
Yeah.
Just slapping the chest. Little Woo, Miro saying he had to ice his balls. Yes, I
Really
love that
good.
promo. Very good. Rampage is being filmed as we speak. So this is not. So this Rampage we're not going to be doing. Right?
No, this is a taped show.
So we're not going to be doing a taped Rampage. I have one more what?
Yeah, what do you got?
One more what? Last what? That Ricky Starks is still in a feud with Brian Cage.
Yes. Absolutely.
Why are we doing this to Ricky Starks? Ricky Starks has been, and honestly, the same dead end storyline for the past since he's joined Team Taz.
Yeah.
I feel like he really started to excel to a point, but this feud with Brian Cage has made him feel very stagnant and very lost.
Hasn't fought in a match since he beat Brian Cage in Austin a month ago.
Not good.
And if I'm Ricky Starks, I'm pissed because I'm like, cool, Hobbs is going to fight CM Punk and I still have to fight Brian Cage.
Well, Starks is next. I feel like Starks
so.
is going to be next.
Yeah.
I have to be.
Yeah.
Smooth says, it's awkward on Fight because it's not picture-in-picture. So Taz was just asking why Sammy wasn't just speaking, clearly missing what picture-in-picture is. That's very funny. I would love to hear that audio. As says, Ricky Starks with CM Punk would be gold, and it will be gold.
Yeah.
It will be gold. Well, I think we're all very excited for that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Taz all night had some good ones. When Adam Cole kept calling him a nerd and kicking him out of the ring, you just heard Taz mutter under his breath, "About time that happened." Just really good. Really good.
And also him, like, when Suzuki comes out, he's just like, it feels weird to talk about a match with a guy with a black towel over his head. And he's just totally, like, he does this all the time on Dark, and he realizes how unprofessional it is right then. Very fun. I think we had a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah. I think one more thing from me.
One more thing.
This did not happen on Dynamite. It happened before Dynamite. I'm sure it will be on Dark. For any of you cats in the chat who like to watch indie wrestling, it looks like Tony Khan, Daniel Garcia beat Lee Moriarty before the show started, and then Tony Khan came out and offered Lee Moriarty an AEW contract. Lee Moriarty is awesome. He's fantastic. He just had a match last weekend against the Laredo Kid at Black Label Pro, and it was fantastic. And I hope that Lee Moriarty hops on TV real quick because he's fantastic. You're going to love him, Red. You're going to love him.
Sure.
He's great.
Lee Moriarty. That's a cool name.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. You're gonna like him.
Oh yeah, we had so much fun today. We had so much fun chatting with all our friends in the chat. All of y'all, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. This has been a wild time. Check us out on Saturday. We're gonna be here Saturday.
Hey, do you think you can do 11 a.m. Pacific?
Jesus Christ, we were just telling them.
Well, I'm jumping in. I'm jumping in.
Oh, goddamn, kid.
Yeah, damn, kid.
Ooh, actually, I don't know. I start a new job. I start a bagel job.
A bagel job?
I'm working at a bagel shop.
That's so good. I love that.
But that's only temporary. If I get these jobs tomorrow, I have several job interviews tomorrow, and if I get those, I'm just not going to show up to the bagel place.
I did that once. I got a job at a bagel place and then never showed up because I got a real job.
That's very interesting. I forgot about the news you can't lose for work.
Hey, we'll figure it out. You got to work. We'll
stay tuned to find out updates on whether we have the schedule we want. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. He had a good match with Jangle on Dark. I don't know who Jangle is.
Joey Janela.
Oh, that's funny. Bring in Danhausen. Lol. See ya, boys. Thank you, Tony. Janela talking all out. Congrats, Red. Thank you so much, Chica Marks. Thank you so much, Swizz. Tony S. Kenneth King. Joe Redlitz. Who else have we got?
All of the troll in the beginning.
Hex Infinity. Let's not forget Hex Infinity.
Nice.
Where's that troll? That piece of shit. We got to talk about that piece of crap over there. Where did he go? Brendy O.E. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much for joining us. This has been Loser Leaves Wrestling, the woos and whats of AEW Dynamite. Join us maybe this Saturday for the news you can't lose.
Hey, one more thing. Hold us to this. Next week after Dynamite, the trio unite. Next week, Moet will be returning with the both of us. I'm going to figure out how to get the three of us on here. and we're
Thank you
gonna
so
have a
much.
great time.
We're gonna try our best. You fellas ever thought about a Patreon? Yeah, yeah, but what are we gonna give you? What are we gonna do? You want our test streams
No,
as content?
we could do some cool stuff, but I don't want to charge anybody money. I just want to hang
Yeah, I feel
out
weird
with
right now.
wrestling
We'll charge you
fans.
money when we have more content. When we have more content to produce.
Sure.
You fellas ever thought about fun times? Have a good one, y'all. Thank you so much. Mo might have to join via FaceTime again. Maybe,
Maybe.
maybe. Bless
Maybe.
all you. Have a happy holiday. Happy holiday. Happy New Year.
Yes. Yes.
Bye.
See you. Thank
Bye.
you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.